Welcome to our channel, Mr. Kade Adventures. We're introducing a new series. It's going to teach families how to play the game of Pokemon. Collecting this game is becoming a renewed interest for a lot of families, and what's even fun in collecting is actually playing the game with everybody. So today's episode, we're going to work with the very basics, the anatomy of a card. Alright, so let me activate my Pokemon. Alright, okay. So, as far when it comes to Pokemon, you got your basics. First, we're going to go over the different types of cards. That's something to remember for collectors, and this kind of proves point of why the game itself is so important. Not only is it fun, and they actually have championships, and you can be competitive and go to tournaments, but the playability of these cards is what drives how much money these cards are worth. That's why you might have one hyper rare card that's worth $100, while another one is only worth $8, $2. It's because of the playability, those competitive players that want to get those cards. In all your cards, you're going to have common cards, like this Weedle. You're going to have uncommon cards, like Kakuna. And also then you have rare cards, like Beedrill. You have other types of cards, like this. For instance, this is actually going to be a rare, non-holographic, which means just plain art, nothing shiny, nothing fancy. You have rare cards that are holographic, which you see shiny within the picture. You see shiny in the holograms. You have reverse holographics, and you also have parallels, which is a rare card, or could be also common or uncommon, that the body of the card is shiny. You have full art GS cards, which are a lot of times more powerful. Then you have the hyper rare, rainbow rare, like this new Blastoise GX from the Unbroken Bond series. It's one of my recent pulls that we got recently. Then you have trainer cards, which are going to be, you have item trainer cards, and you have supporter trainer cards. And then also another recent introduction to the game is tag team cards. The cool thing about the game is they have secret rares. So these are rare cards that aren't numbered in the set, and unless you see them in promotional material, they're some of the biggest, most electrifying surprises you'll find in a pool. We're also going to have the energy cards, and when we go into the anatomy, we'll go into what the energy does. But as far as the energy goes, you're going to have lightning, fairy energy, leaf energy, metal energy, colorless, water, fire, I got another fire in there, and fighting, and dark energy. Now these are very important to have in a deck, and in another episode we'll go over deck building. But to go over the anatomy of the cards, what this video is about, we're going to look at our Pikachu. Okay, so the first thing you're going to see is each card is going to have the name of the Pokemon. Alright, and then we're going to show the hit points, and those is going to be how much damage this Pokemon can take before it faints and it's out of the fight. You're going to have what kind of type of Pokemon this is, and when you build a deck, you're building your deck around different types. So Pikachu's is electric type or lightning type, which means you make sure you have plenty of lightning energy in that deck, and that's going to affect what their weaknesses and their strengths are going to be. And then after the card art, you're going to have their attacks, what kind of attacks they have, and so this card has Thundershock and it's Mega Thunderbolt. Under to the left of it, or my left, you're going to have how much damage that attack does. So right here for this Mega Thunderbolt, 160 damage. So that's going to take away from whoever your opponent is. As you see right here, Pikachu only has 130. So if he was going against a Pokemon, like a card that only had 100 HP, that right there would take the opponent out. Now if he was going against like our Mega Blastoise here, who has over 200 HP. It's going to do a lot of damage, but it's not going to take them out. You're also going to have to, right over here, you're going to have the cost of doing that attack. That's what that means. So you're going to need 2 energy and a colorless energy in order to do that attack. If you don't have those cards on the table, you can make that attack. And then underneath is going to be descriptors of any kind of effects it's going to be any kind of effects that the attack's going to do, as well as any kind of additions. So you may have to skip a turn. That attack for like a leaf Pokemon might be a poison attack, and every other turn your opponent does another 10 hits of damage for the next 2 turns, or etc. And then we go further down, we're going to have any kind of weakness and resistance. So as you see right here, Pikachu, if he's going against a fighting Pokemon, he's going to do 2 times the damage. So if that's a 30, if the opponent is attacking with 30, if the opponent's going to attack with a 30 attack, then it's going to be 60 on this card, 60 damage. But if he's going against a metal Pokemon, he has resistance, so he's actually going to do 20 less damage. So if the attack coming towards him is 50 points, it's actually only do 30 because of that resistance. And then you have your retreat cost, which means it takes 1 colorless energy to pull this Pokemon out of battle. And now here, these are always fun to read. You have kind of little trivias about the Pokemon. And then on the bottom right, you have, well, since it's a promotional card, you're just going to have the promo number. But you're usually going to have what number in the set it is. So 11 out of 168. This also for collectors tells you how many cards are in that set. And if it's a secret rare, like I mentioned earlier, it might, if there's 160 cards in the set, it might say 161 out of 160. That's how you know it's a secret rare. Age 2 Pokemon and above, you're actually going to see, for instance, on Kakuna and Beedrill, you're going to see where they evolve from. So if you don't know every Pokemon in the Pokedex, that's not going to be a problem. If you have Weedle and on the Kakuna card, you can see that it's stage 2, it evolves from Weedle, and on the Beedrill, it's stage 3, it evolves from Kakuna. So you have to evolve in that order in the game. So also, like I mentioned in the description, we're going to give our first giveaway. We reached over 100 subscribers. Me and Kade are so thankful for your guys' love, your support, your comments, your likes, and in order to thank you all, we're having our first giveaway. We have about 32 digital Pokemon card codes for the digital Pokemon card game. We are giving them away. We can send them either, I can send you the codes over an email, or I can mail the physical copies to you, whichever you prefer. All you have to do to be entered into this contest is, if you haven't already, press subscribe, and then like the video and comment with Pokemon cards. Alright, that's it. Hope to see you guys in our next video. I hope you guys enjoy this